Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, Mama Jojo Raw and Real. If you are new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and please join my Facebook group, Mama Jojo Raw and Real. I have all of the information down below. And if you're new to my channel, on my channel I talk about my personal weight loss journey, what I'm doing to lose my weight. I was highest 315 pounds. I've lost almost 80 pounds of that weight, and it's a journey. I still have more to go, but I talk about what I do, the different methods of fasting that I engage in over a period of time to reach my goals. So I have other videos on my channel where you can just go through the different methods of fasting and what I do in order to maintain my health and to heal my body. And I also talk about budgeting, financing, and being debt-free. I was bad with money. I had over $210,000 in debt. I was living a financial lie. I was buying things that I couldn't afford on credit. You name it, I was doing it. I was terrible until I met a man called Dave Ramsey. So I'm starting my series in March. So this February I'm going to be talking about finishing up my series on fasting, gut health, dieting, and everything, because usually at the beginning of the year most people start a journey with their health, and that will be like either weight loss or something. And then stay tuned, because in April, when Ramadan starts, I'm going to be fasting with our Muslim brothers and sisters as well. So I'll be doing 1 month fast with our Muslim brothers and sisters, and I'll be eating the way they're eating, and I will be going to the mosques or the different embassies to break my fast. So that will be an interesting series, so stay tuned for those. And then I also talk about world culture. So I have a couple of videos coming up on African American history. I took a trip down to Jamestown. So I have a lot of things in store for my viewers and my subscribers. So please hit the subscribe button. I have a lot of things that will keep you like glued to my channel, and please share whatever you feel that will help someone on my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about nuts, right? As I said, I completed my 21-day water fast and I lost 27 pounds. And I was all excited about it. And I decided to take like a break out and start a 3-day water fast. But what it is with me, with my body, once I begin to get like premenstrual symptoms, what I do is I go on a full-blown fast. Because the way my body is made up, when it's the time of the month for me, what I would do is, if I don't know my body, I will overeat, and during that period of time I will gain like 10 to 15 pounds, and then I'll start regretting. So now that I know my body, by the time I begin to feel those symptoms in my body, I go straight on a fast. Even though I fast, but I'll go on a rigid fast so I don't gain the weight. That's how my body is made up. Some women, they may have mood swings, they may just have different ways to react to that. But for me, I have studied my body and I know what happens to my body. So when I completed my 21-day water fast, I went out to same club, Costco, and I did my Costco haul. You can check, I have a video on my Costco haul that I did. And then I went out to the Whole Food store. I was excited and I bought all kinds of food. Yes. And then I began to eat. I started with my fruits. I started with my fruits and my vegetables. You got to gradually wean in the fruits and the vegetable after you fast. I did all of that. And then I started with my soups. I'm not 100% vegan yet because I still eat wild salmon fish. That's the only fish I eat for now. And I eat wild caught shrimp. But I limit the intake of shrimp that I eat because of the cholesterol it has. But I do majority of the fish that I eat, everything that I eat has to be salmon. If it is not salmon, I'm not going to eat it. But then I made a dish the other day and I had to put in smoked mackerel because I was fasting and I didn't have time to season the salmon to get the exact taste that I wanted. So I had to use a friend of mine who has a store. He had this smoked mackerel, so I had to use it. And it came up well, right? So that was the instant. But the majority of the time, the only fish I eat is salmon. I don't eat meat. I don't eat chicken. Okay. So, and every time, like on a vegan journey, people will tell you eat nuts, eat nuts, eat nuts. And I got carried away by nuts, right? So what it is I'm traveling to another state for an event, and I got an outfit, right? So after my water fast, I tried the outfit on, and what I do is, like with my vision board, what I do is if I'm going out, or if I want to wear this particular outfit, what I would do, I will put the outfit up on like in a visible place. I will get the matching necklace. I will get everything that I will wear with it, even the shoes. So like if I needed to lose 5 or 10 pounds, every time I see that outfit, it will motivate me to go and to work harder. It means that going to the gym or cutting down on what I want to eat because I want to wear that outfit. That's who I am. So after my 21-day water fast, I tried the outfit on, and I knew that I needed to lose another 10 to 15 pounds 10 to 15 pounds before the event, right? So I have the whole of February to lose the weight, and then up until the middle of March to reach my goal so I can be able to wear that outfit. So I measured myself and everything was going fine. But I was watching what I was eating. I was doing a 16-8 method. So when I go to work, my first meal will be at 1 o'clock, and I'll have my coffee, I'll have my water, I will have my fruits, I will have my smoothie, I will have my vegetables, I will have everything, right? So I knew regardless of the quantity I was eating, I knew I was not going to gain any weight because I was eating like in an 8-hour window, and I was eating three times a day, and I knew at each meal it was less than 600 to 700 calories, right? And I was drinking my coffee all through the day. So, but then what I did was I started craving some salt because I've been obviously fasting, so I knew that I needed to have something to eat. So I went and I bought some pistachios nuts. Yes, I bought some nuts. And my people, I began to eat that nuts. I did not realize that. I did not even know, because people people will tell you, and I should know better. But I was just eating the nuts because it was so good. I had the nuts. I ate the first bag. Yes, I ate the whole bag. And then I had like I went out to Walmart to take care of some business, and I went all over the place, and I bought some nuts as well. And then I began to think, because I knew that a friend of mine was having something, and she had like some African yam with beans and egusi soup. So I do know the yam has some calories in it, but I do know the effects of yam on women when they're approaching, how it helps their body when they're approaching menopause and they are perimenopause. So I had to eat that even though it was starch. And then I had the beans, of course, a little bit, and I had the egusi. And business as usual, every day I get up, I'm either doing a warrior diet, or I'm doing the 16-8 method, or I'm doing the eat, stop, eat. I was doing one of those diets from the 23rd up to the time that I started my 10-day fast. But I began to incorporate nuts in my diet. Yes, nuts. And guess what happened? I noticed my hips were getting big, and if I'm going to gain weight, that's the first thing that gets big. And I noticed my hips are getting big, so I said, oh no, maybe I'm bloated, or maybe something is happening, so I'm just going to wait and everything. But I was consistently eating the nuts until when I decided to try my outfit on for the second time. It was tighter, and it couldn't go fit like the way it fit the first time when I just completed my 21-day water fast. And I got a measuring tip, and I measured myself, and I saw that my hips were getting big, and I'm like, but what am I eating? Because I'm drinking the water, I am eating 16-8, I'm doing the warrior diet, I'm eating soup, I cook 95% of my own foods at home because it's safer and it's economical for me, and I know exactly what is going in the food. So I said to myself, what is going on? Hey yo, and I will tell you guys what was going on. These nuts here. This is what was going on with me. You see these nuts here? I will tell you about them. So don't make the mistake that I made. That's how come I gained some weight, extra weight, because of these nuts. And I want to tell you my story. What it is I would get like a handful of this nuts. Like, first of all, I ate 2 bags of the pistachio nuts. The shells were already removed from them. So I ate 2 bags of those nuts after my water fast, right? And guess what? Each bag has 28, like this bag has 28 servings, right? And let me show you guys the amount of nuts we should be eating. 28 servings. If you look at the serving size, and that's something I should have known better, but I don't know why I was doing what I was doing. So if you look at the serving size, it says 1/4 of a cup, and each serving is 170, right? Each serving is 170. And let me show you guys what a serving is. This is the 1/4 of a cup, and this is what a serving is here. This is what a serving should be, right? Look at the cup. If you look at the measurement on the cup here, I'll put it up to the camera. If you can see, it says 1/4, right? So this is what I should be eating. So this little cup has 170 calories, right? So this little cup has 170 calories. And guess what? I was in the big bag has 28 servings. And guess what? Those were pistachios nuts. So those nuts had some salt. So definitely, even though I don't have the bag to do the measurements and to look at the caloric content of it, guess what happened? I'm sure it was like maybe 35 or so. I'm just assuming, but I'm not sure. Now, I was having that, plus my other foods I was having, plus my water, right? But guess what? It's fat. And so what I did was, and when I realized that, oh, it could be the nuts, right? And I look at the bag. So this bag here of almonds is organic almonds, right? It has 28 servings, and 28 servings in each of this, like this cup right here, is 170 calories. Yes, it's 170 calories. So this bag alone has 3,920 calories. So what it is if you sat in one setting and you just eat this bag, you will gain 1 pound, because you need 3,500 calories to gain a pound, right? So this alone is more than a pound. So if I sat down and ate it at one setting along with my other foods I was eating, guess what? I am going to gain 1 pound plus more. So that's what was happening to me. So what I did was, when I realized that it was the nuts that I eaten that was causing my hips, because that's where I get my most weight. I start gaining weight in my hips, and I said no. So guess what? I got all of the nuts and everything, and I sealed them out, and I got a measurement tip, and I cut the nuts off, and I like, you know what? I'm going to go on a 10-day water fast so I can get rid of all of this. And then I became wiser. I went in and I read everything. So when I'm eating now, when they say a serving, if I eat this much nuts, I know I'm going to get 170 calories. So if I eat 3 of these cups, or you just multiply, so if I eat 2, I'm going to get 340 calories. You see how it goes up? If you eat 3, you're going to do 340 by 170, right? So you know you're going to go up to the 500 calories. And look how little this cup is. So now when you're eating, you have to ask yourself, is it worth it? Do I want to have more food to eat? So like if I'm on a 1,200 calories per day, so it means I can only take three cups of this 3 cups of this nuts, right? And then I will have, because if I do 3 times 510, right? 340, yes, 510. So this is it. So if I do, okay, 40, 43, 50, 50. Okay, I'm doing the math. So it's 170, 210, 510, right? That's what it is. So 7 times 3 is 21, right? So if I do 21, 510, so it means that, look, there's 3 cups of this, right? And I was eating a whole bag. That's how I gained the weight. And then guess what? This is the other one I was eating as well. And you see what it is it's mixed nuts. It's unsalted, right? But what I was eating was the salted nuts. So I just want to warn you because of my experience, and guess what? Because I'm really body conscious, like trust me, not that I'm perfect or not that I am a perfectionist or I wouldn't make a mistake. So this bag, this alone has 5,320 calories. So guess what? And see how much I ate? I think I ate like I've eaten half of it already, right? So for what I ate compared to the caloric content, and then compared to the other things I was eating, hey, I was bound to gain the weight, and that's where I failed. I did fail, but guess what? As people say, God is a God of second chance. I gave myself a second chance. I'm like, you know what? I have failed. I know that I have failed, and I was wrong for failing. But guess what? I got right back on track, and I started a 10-day water fast. On day 1, I lost 3 pounds. Day 2, I lost 3 pounds. Day 3, 3 pounds. So I'm 9 pounds down. And guess what? I'm going to continue for 10 days. So I know now when I'm ready to eat my nuts, I know that I will measure my food. I will measure this and put them in a bag, because sometimes, like when I'm doing my 16-8 method of fasting, I pack like my dry lunch, like my nuts and the grapes and everything, and I put them in sandwich bags and just put them in the refrigerator, so in the morning I can grab them and take them out. So I know now I have my measuring tip, I have my measuring cups, measure my body, and then I have my measuring cups here, measure the correct serving so that I know what I'm eating. Because if you don't watch it and you're eating nuts and you're eating this, and people say nuts healthy, right? But most times people don't tell you the quantity to eat. So you'll be wondering, I'm not eating the rice, I'm not drinking the sodas, I'm not eating the fries, I'm not eating the burger, I'm not eating the sugar, but why am I gaining weight? Are you measuring your nuts? Don't make the mistake that I made. And I would say I was wise and fortunate enough to catch my error, to catch my failure and correct it. So I thought that I share this video to anyone who may be following, or you're on your weight loss journey and you are not seeing results, like rapid results. You are working out, you are doing everything you need to do, and you are not seeing results. And then you're wondering what's going on. Hey, are you eating nuts? Are you eating the right quantity? Are you measuring it? Because this little cup is 170 calories. So don't make my mistake, please. Please do not make my mistake. So if you're watching and you're on a health journey and people say, oh, eat nuts, get a measuring cup and look at the serving size on here. And it will tell you, and follow the serving size. That's one thing you have to do on your journey until you really become an expert, is to look at the serving size and see what you put in your body. Because you don't want to be one of those people that on a weight loss journey and you go to the gym every day and you're working out every day, and then there's no result for all of your hard work. Check the little things that we eat. So if you like my video, or if you have been one of those people like eating nuts and you don't know the serving size, you can go to the dollar store, you can go to Target, like I got this set from Target, and buy your measuring cups and measure the right serving size, so that all of the hard work we put in with fasting, with exercising, we don't get frustrated. Because it's easy. It's easy to get frustrated when you're on your journey, because hey, when you're not seeing the results and you're putting the work in, sometimes you want to give up. And I want to say, don't give up. You can do it. You have greatness in you. And I don't know why God allowed me to do this video, but I thought that I did it so I can help other people on the way, so they don't get frustrated, so they don't get angry, so they don't give up. Because failure is a part of life. As long as you're living, you're going to fail at certain things. You're going to have failure. Is a part of everybody's life. Anybody who's living and tells you, oh, I've never failed, I've never had disappointment, I never cried, they're lying. Just keep living. You're going to have it. It's going to come. But your ability, like I was eating all that nuts and I gained all the weight. I didn't gain all my weight. I didn't gain 27 pounds back. But hey, at the rate I was going, if I didn't wash myself, I was going to gain more weight. So this is for my Jojo Raw and Real. If you like my channel, please hit the subscribe button and stay tuned for my next video. I love you. Remember to measure your nuts. Bye.